What's up, y'all? Today we're going to talk about a pair of old school records that are inextricably linked. The first of which is here, Busy Bee, Making Cash Money on Sugar Hill Records. Now, this is his first record on Sugar Hill Records. Not his first record, period. He had his stuff with the Marvels 3 before, he had School Days before, but this was his first on Sugar Hill Records in 1982. This is a promo copy, as you can see. That's why it's got the white label as opposed to the standard blue, but it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's the same musically and everything, and vocal and instrumental on the B-side as the regular version. No difference there except for the label color. So first of all, this is just a great record. This is one of Busy Bee's best. After all, sometimes he's not necessarily the greatest lyricist. He's much more of a sort of, what's your zodiac sign, throw up your hands kind of MC, as opposed to really just kind of straight spitting lyrics and stuff and rapping. But this is definitely one of his best vocal performances. It's got great music by the Sugar Hill Band. This is the first time he really got to riff with the band. He did again on a later record, but so, Busy Bee really flowing with the great Sugar Hill Band. Some of his best lyrics. He throws out his kind of little verse about winning the lottery, which he actually sticks on about like 5 or 6 of his records. It's a staple rap of his that he would go back to all the time. And he throw in little variations. But the whole thing about, in the limousine with a space antenna at the back of the car and you won 10 bags of gold. Always the same. This is like a standard rap for him. And that's on here as well. So this is just, I'll play some clips of it and then we'll come back and talk some more. So, okay, once again, Making Cash Money by Busy Bee. And this is actually Q-Tip's favorite hip-hop 12-inch, or at least that's what he said in an interview I read at some point. He said this was his favorite all-time hip-hop 12-inch.
Hey y'all, I want everybody to throw your hands in the air if you love cold cash money one time in a row. Repeat after me and say money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Here we go. Ball with the ball, but ding, 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 shake the booty to the bang, bang, booty. Then you ball with the ball, but ding.
Like I said, he does a lot of this, of course.
Right now, y'all, it's time to prepare.
But here we go, straight rapping.
So just stop what you're doing and listen to me. I'm gonna rap to you all about making money. The ball with the ball, but ding, ding, diggy, 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 shake the booty to the bang, bang, booty. Then you ball with the ball, but ding, ding, diggy, 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 shake the booty to the bang, bang, booty. To learn to make money, just listen to me. Taking advice from AJ and Vicious Lee. Buy 2 turntables and the microphone, and you will never get the girl to ever leave you alone. And if this don't work, I don't know what to say, because it worked for me, and I'm now on my way. Work, word em up, word em up, work, word em up, word em up. Y'all, now a lady I know whose name was Bunny walk around town spending cold cash money. Bunny spending money each and every day. She had it like that since the start of May. Because a man hit the number and it must be told he ran out of town and left Bunny at home. He shouldn't have gone out and left her that way, because Bunny hit the number the very next day. She called the Daily News and then they told the Post.
This is it right here.
On the phone, she begins to boast. They hung up the phone, rushed to the scene to interview her.
That flying limousine.
6-door caddy with the TV involved. There was a space antenna at the back of the car. I walked the tour the streets all through the night. To make money like her, you had to be alright. With the ball, but ding, ding.
So, okay, it's a long record, as many of the kind of classic Sugar Hill records are, the whole disco style thing. So it goes on for like 7 minutes or something. But it's fresh, it's all the way through. Because it's a live band, the music is kind of constantly changing. I mean, it's obviously the same basic bass line and all, but there's a lot of riffs and stuff. There's some bells and stuff that come in later. It's a really dope instrumental, and I speak about the instrumental specifically because that came out in 1982. But this came out in 1981, obviously on the same label. This is Spoonie's Back by, of course, Spoonie Gee. This is not his first record either, but it is one of his earlier appearances. But now take a listen to this and see if you can avoid noticing the blatant similarity.
You say uno, dos, tres. People on, let's have a party. Now all young ladies, just shake your body. Now all young men, enemy or friend, will let you hurt everyone's brother. I'm back again. Yeah, on the scene, and I wasn't sent, and I'm not alone. I'm with the president, but this president's hip and all so funky. I make you move like a disco monkey. Your shit was shake, and your back might break, but do it anyhow. See what you can take. So keep freaking while I'm speaking. Dance, young ladies, see your knees start giving. Cause I got the style and class to go with. I'm numero uno, don't you forget. I dance all night, just keep in step. And if enough people watch, you might gain reps. So do it. And you see the young ladies on my mind. You're the one so sweet, you're the one so fine. The ones that give my attention to. You making me do some of the things I do. You walk with style, you dress a profile. I look at you.
So of course you get the point, right? It's exactly the same music. Yeah, so this Spoonie Gee came out first in 1981, and apparently the Robinsons weren't all that intent on marketing. Once they pressed it up, they kind of put it out there, and it sort of flew under the radar. It obviously wasn't one of their best sellers at all, so they just took the music and handed it right over to Busy Bee, which might have something to do with Spoonie Gee's deciding to leave the label, I would gather. And then Spoonie Gee made, or rather than Busy Bee made, at least a little bit more of a hit of it. It's certainly nothing, comparison to the Sugar Hill's biggest hits, and perhaps by the mid-'80s, Sugar Hill Records' time was coming anyway, but they certainly promoted it more as sort of a bigger record for them. But the whole music, and even later on, like when you get to parts where like the bells solo and stuff like that, it's the same on both records. It's not 100% identical, because I believe both are just the Sugar Hill Band, aka Fats Comet, etc., playing live, so they're playing the same music, but it's not actually, Busy Bee's not recording over the instrumental from this record, although he might as well have, but he didn't. It's slightly different if you really pay attention, but it's the same music by the same band. And to younger cats, if that music sounds familiar to you, you might recognize it from this. Wow. Biz Marquis, Turn the Party Out, where he doesn't actually rhyme over the instrumental to either version, and of course he isn't going with a live band, but he does loop the basic instrumental and turn it into his own. Produced by DJ Paul Nice, by the way.
Okay. Paul Nice is the MC. We got we getting down with the funk and sound. And check it out. Here's how you do it. Y'all know me at the PIC.
Whoops, the battery actually died on me there. That's what I get for not checking these things before I start recording. But anyway, yeah, so that was a Biz Marquis I was just playing, yeah. And now I'm just letting one of the instrumentals go off the Spoonie Gee. But what's interesting is that, obviously it's the story of the same music, but Busy Bee's record, which came out second, has sort of gone on as a hip-hop classic. It's a little bit underground. It's certainly not recognized as much as like The Message or Rapper's Delight, but it's, it's on lots of compilations. It's highly regarded. Everybody loves it. And the Spoonie Gee one, even though Spoonie Gee is certainly a credible, recognized MC, it's more or less drifted into obscurity, and only sort of people in the know really know that one. Much more people would know the Busy Bee one. But both are dope. Both are worth checking out. Busy Bee's a little bit more lighthearted, of course, naturally, because it's Busy Bee, and he's sort of rapping about the joys of having money before the whole bling culture maybe made that irritating. And Spoonie Gee, he has a nice verse dedicated to his mother who passed on and stuff like that. So there's some really, it's very interesting. They're very different, and yet, of course, instrumentally, completely the same. So till next time, winner, run, one, rod. Peace out.